The main board of the electronic control refrigerator incorporates several test modes. It is important to note that while these tests are useful, they are not a standalone method for diagnosing problems with the electronic control refrigerators. In this video, we will cover the diagnostic test modes, along with the hands-on testing the technician should perform at the board when applicable. Enter the diagnostic mode by pressing both the freezer, colder, and warmer pads and the refrigerator, colder, and warmer pads simultaneously for 3 seconds. Blinking zeros in both displays will indicate the refrigerator has entered diagnostic mode. The 02 test checks for communication between the temperature control and main control. The freezer display will show a P for pass or F for fail. The 03 test checks for communication between the dispenser control and temperature control. The freezer display will show a P for pass or F for fail. The 04 test checks for communication between the dispenser control and the main control. The freezer display will show a P for pass or F for fail. The 07 test is the control and sensor system test. Each thermistor will be checked and display a P for pass, O for open, B for bad amplifier on the board, or S for shorted thermistor. Passing these tests does not ensure a thermistor is 100% accurate. Perform the following tests at the board to be sure the thermistors are not out of range. Begin by testing for proper supply voltage to the thermistors as shown here. Place your black meter lead in J2, pin 3, and test for 5 volts with your red lead at J1, pin 5. Set your meter to test for ohms. Thermistors typically read from 2,000 to 80,000 ohms. We need to isolate the thermistors to check their values. Unplug the J1 connector from the board. Place your black meter lead in the J1 pin 5 slot and leave it there. This is a common connection for all of the thermistors. Test each thermistor individually by inserting your red lead from the meter into the back of the connector. Note that pins 1 and 2 are fresh food thermistors. Pin 3 is the freezer thermistor. Pin 4 is the evaporator thermistor. When testing is completed, be sure to reconnect the thermistors to the board and reconnect power to the appliance. Some resistors were found to be consistently out of range. You can physically identify these thermistors by the casing of the bulb. Notice a dark sealant where the wires enter the bulb, as circled here. Another indication is that the top of the bulb will have a rounded head. Replace these thermistors with a WR55X10025, the flat top thermistor indicated on the left. To test the accuracy of a thermistor, place it in a cup of crushed ice with a small amount of water and connect your meter to the thermistor's leads. The water will bring the ice to its melting point of 32 degrees Fahrenheit. At 32 degrees, you will read 16.3 kiloohms. Give the thermistor 3 to 5 minutes in this test to reach that temperature. When replacing a thermistor, strip and twist the wires together as shown here. Then use a WR01X10466 bell connector, stocked specifically at GE for this purpose. Be sure to crimp the connector firmly using the proper tool. Fill the connector with RTV102 GE silicone sealant. This will ensure a reliable moisture-resistant connection. This concludes thermistor testing and replacement. The 08 test will open the duct door of the dispenser for 10 seconds, as seen here in this split window. The 10 test will operate each damper door individually. This includes custom cool dampers on models so equipped. The damper will close, pause for approximately 10 seconds, and then reopen. The 11 test powers on all fan motors. Run this test only on 2002 and newer models. The 12 test will run the compressor continuously for 1 hour and then go back to normal temperature-controlled operation. The 13 test will engage the pre-chill mode. The unit will return to normal operation on its own. The 14 test will toggle the defrost system to the opposite of its current state. Note that the defrost heater will not be energized if the evaporator temperature is warm. Toggle the defrost system again before advancing to another test. If the defrost heater did not come on, check the resistance of the defrost circuit from the main board. 30 to 50 ohms should be present between the defrost and AC common terminals as shown in this illustration. The evaporator thermistor should also have read higher than 8 kiloohms for defrost to engage. Check for that as instructed in the thermistor resistance testing example shown earlier in this video. The 15 test will cause a main board system reset and exit the test mode. The 16 test will exit the test mode and cause a temperature control board reset. This concludes diagnostic aid testing.